When this actor finally decided to create an Instagram account, he didn't just trend. He smashed national records, hitting 1 million followers in exactly 99 minutes. He beat almost every global celebrity on earth, proving his fanbase is larger and more loyal than most international brands. His fans are so protective that a heated argument over how much money he donated to charity actually ended in a deadly fight between two lifelong friends. In 2020, an ocean of thousands of fans flooded a movie set just to get a quick look at him. When he climbed on top of a bus to take a selfie with the massive crowd, that single picture broke the internet, becoming the most reshared photo in India for the entire year. The man who holds this unbelievable power is Joseph Vijay Thalapathy, the commander. Everyone knew he was the king of the Indian box office, making hundreds of millions of dollars by playing the perfect hero on screen. But while the entire country watched him defeat fake villains, absolutely no one realized he was running a massive multi-million-dollar mind game in real life. What if his biggest blockbuster movie wasn't just made to break records? What if a single 2-second background item was a secret plan designed to silently train the minds of millions of voters? And what if 2 years later, those exact same people walked into a voting booth and followed that exact plan without ever realizing they were just following a script written for them in 2024? The southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu isn't just a normal democracy. Since 1967, for nearly 60 straight years, it has been a locked-down fortress, controlled exclusively by two massive political giants, the DMK and the AIADMK. These aren't just normal parties. They are powerful machines with billions of dollars, families who have voted for them for generations, and total control over the streets. For decades, anyone who tried to start a third party was crushed immediately. Even other legendary movie stars like Kamal Hassan or Captain Vijayakanth tried to break this two-party system in the past and ultimately couldn't overthrow them. It was an absolute graveyard for new politicians. And into this graveyard walks Vijay. He knew the history. He knew that the golden days of famous actors easily walking straight into the chief minister's office were dead. The public had stopped believing in saviors. The political giants were just too strong. If he had simply walked onto a stage and said, "Vote for me in 2026, those machines would have destroyed his image within days. He needed a secret weapon. He needed a way to sneak into the minds of the voters without setting off any political alarms. So, in February 2024, right at the absolute peak of his career, while making millions of dollars per movie, he announced he was forming a political party. And then, he did something completely unexpected. He went right back to the studio and kept making movies. On September 5th, 2024, Vijay released a massive action blockbuster called The Greatest of All Time, or GOAT. Millions of fans flooded the theaters. The action was explosive, the music was deafening, and the audience was completely hooked. But hidden right in the middle of this chaos, there was a secret message. In one quick scene, Vijay is driving a car. For exactly 2 seconds, the camera drops down to show the license plate. TN07 CM 2026. TN means Tamil Nadu, CM for Chief Minister. 2026, the exact year of the next state election. At the time, the internet thought it was just a fun joke. Fans shared screenshots calling it a cool Easter egg. The movie's own director, Venkat Prabhu, even went to the press and publicly swore the movie had zero political agenda, perfectly throwing the media off the scent. Rival politicians literally laughed it off as a meaningless movie prop. They had no idea they were watching a massive psychological hack happen in real time. Think about how the human brain works. If a politician stands on a news channel and promises to be the chief minister, your brain immediately puts up a wall. You look for his flaws, you question him. But when you are sitting in a dark theater, watching your favorite hero blow up cars to an amazing soundtrack, your brain drops all its defenses. You aren't questioning him, you are just absorbing. Vijay was silently linking his face to the title of Chief Minister 2026. He planted the image of his victory into the subconscious of 50 million people. He made the impossible look inevitable, but planting a secret message in a movie wasn't enough. Vijay knew that to actually actually break a 60-year-old political system, he had to physically bring his army together. Between late 2024 and early 2026, he stopped acting completely and hit the streets. On October 27, 2024, his brand new party, TVK, held its very first political meeting in the town of Vikravandi. The powerful politicians expected a chaotic fan meetup. Instead, they watched in absolute shock as over 800,000 people flooded the grounds. He didn't campaign like a normal politician. In February 2025, he launched a massive online membership drive. He systematically turned his young movie fans into a highly disciplined team, placing over 70,000 agents to cover every single voting booth in the state. By September 2025, the TVK party officially crossed 15 million registered members. When he held his second massive state meeting in Madurai on a 500-acre piece of land, he stood in front of an ocean of people and issued a direct warning to the ruling parties. He told the media that this massive crowd wasn't just there to take photos. They were a powerful force that would change everything on election day. The ruling parties finally realized their fatal mistake. They had spent 2 years laughing at a movie actor. They didn't realize that the actor had already built a 15 million strong army right under their noses. By the time 2026 rolled around, it was no longer a campaign. It was a countdown. On April 23, 2026, election day finally arrived. The powerful ruling party expected to easily win the election and completely wipe out Vijay's brand new party. They assumed the old traditional rules of Indian politics would keep them safe. But the old rules no longer worked. When the voting ended, the state broke its all-time history with a massive 85.1% voter turnout. Political experts quickly realized something shocking was happening. Vijay wasn't just getting votes from his die-hard movie fans. He was completely winning over the youth. He was pulling in historic numbers of female voters. He was breaking straight through old community and regional divides. The millions of people voting for him didn't need to read a long, boring political booklet. They didn't care. They had already seen him as their leader 2 years ago inside a dark movie theater. On May 4, 2026, the Election Commission announced the final results. The 59-year-old political fortress completely collapsed. In a historic shock, the ruling chief minister even lost his own home seat in Chennai, where he had won 3 times in a row. Out of 234 total seats, the old ruling party was cut down to just 59. Vijay's brand new TVK party won 108 seats, destroying the competition and becoming the biggest party in the entire state. Just 6 days later, on May 10, 2026, the man who spent his life fighting fake villains on green screens walked into the state capital and officially became the chief minister of Tamil Nadu. The moment the election results were announced, that 2-second movie clip from 2024 exploded across the internet. People stared at their screens, absolutely speechless. What everyone thought was a cute joke from a director was suddenly staring back at them as a chilling, perfectly executed plan. We love to believe we are in control. When we walk into a voting booth, we tell ourselves we are making independent decisions. But the 2026 Tamil Nadu election proved something terrifying. The line between entertainment and reality isn't just blurring, it is gone. The ultimate weapon for changing the world isn't a political speech or a billion-dollar campaign. Sometimes the ultimate weapon is a movie ticket. And if you want to know who is really pulling the strings behind the scenes, you are in the right place. Subscribe to BeyondFame and I'll see you in the next breakdown.